everybody has their own personal reason why this place is valuable.
If you developed Echo Heights, you would never be able to find another Echo Heights.
So my desire to speak to you would be that shared concern about what's happening to the land. And if we don't partner together, we're in big trouble, because you need to understand where we come from in our teachings. It's called traditional ways.
Echo Heights is a 52-acre municipally owned forest that in the last 20 years, if not longer, has become a real treasure for the local community as a place to walk and chill out and take the dogs out and enjoy. And it's one of the few remaining parklands of its type in the Chemainus area.
My name is Kelly Bannister, and I'm an ethnobiologist, which is the study of the relationship between people and plants and animals in the environment. So yeah, we use Echo Heights as a really important field site for learning about the plants, sometimes with a local First Nations elder like August Sylvester or Florence James, teaching us a little bit about their cultural knowledge about uses of plants or importance of plants in a spiritual way or in other ways. Other times we go out with school kids and help the kids sometimes see for the first time maybe a woodpecker hole or a certain kind of fungus growing or maybe a critter that we find under the rocks.
Not just land, it has its purpose. And we only take from it what we need, not a whole lot. So when we go back, we'll have a blessing back to us for respecting, not taking everything out. So that's the meaning of it. So for you, you could understand our relationship. It's a symbiotic one.
The municipal planners, in their wisdom, see this as a prime spot for development. Not necessarily this side of the forest that we're standing on right now, but the higher side that has, in quotes, million-dollar views. But there's so many other places within our community where development can happen. And this is an increasingly rare place in mid-Vancouver Island, and the reasons for protecting it far, far outweigh the reasons for developing it.
There are other municipalities that are seeking out tracts of land that are just like Echo Heights. An intact chunk of land, 50 somewhat acres, is a reasonable size. The diversity that you see, you've got wetlands, you've got forest, you've got rocky outcroppings, you've got camas growing, you've got a diversity of little ecosystems all within that one area with interconnected trails. And it's a gem. It's something that you would never, if you developed Echo Heights, you would never be able to find another Echo Heights.
We've found out over the last few years by talking to a whole series of scientific experts like biologists and ethnobotanists that this place is very valuable as one of the last Gary Oak meadows in a coastal Douglas fir ecosystem. And we've also found out from our First Nation friends at both Penelakut and Halalt First Nations that this place has very significant cultural values going back centuries for the original peoples of this place. So there's many, many reasons why this place is valuable, and it very, very few times is the word money mentioned when the people talk about its value.
The thing about Echo Heights is that it offers us a very wide diversity of types of landscapes, all within that 52 acres. In a safe environment, there's trails, it's accessible, it's within walking distance. There's nothing like it that is accessible to the public in this area that you wouldn't have to drive a distance to.
Well, over the last few years, numerous surveys from Ipsos Reid to Chemainus Residents Association sponsored surveys and municipal surveys, as well as environmental assessments and other scientific studies have shown that there's just overwhelming support in Chemainus and Greater North Cowichan for preservation of Echo Heights.
We have a tremendous opportunity. We have knowledgeable experts who know about the history of the land. They know about the uses and importance of plants for all different purposes, be it practical or spiritual or medicinal. And these people like August Sylvester and Florence James and others, they're willing to come and help teach our children, all of our children, and help us understand what the importance of the forest is for all these different reasons to local First Nations. And you know, that's a precious opportunity that I would like to see supported, and I would like to support.
Somehow we have to convince the powers that be, not only in North Cowichan about Echo Heights, but in their neighborhoods that are all around us, everywhere in BC and throughout Canada and through the rest of the world, that there's significant value to places like this and to natural places that can often be converted to dollars and cents, but it certainly makes a lot of sense to protect these places for their carbon offsetting abilities and their importance to people in this hectic modern life, to find quiet places and special places, and the great importance to children who are getting more and more divorced from the natural world, and this is a great living classroom.
The humans are sacred, the land is sacred. Everything about what we do should be in our thoughts sacred.
People, for a whole bunch of different reasons, are passionate about this place called Echo Heights. And I think when people are passionate, we need to listen to that, we need to understand that, we need to honor that. And that's what I encourage us to do.